So I don't often do videos like this because it's so easy to make life a highlight reel, to answer the questions in the prettiest words, form the prettiest way you possibly can, to make it sound so easy. But life is not always easy. And I've gotten a common question recently about how do you stay so focused, or I need more focused people in my life like you, or I wish I could be as focused as you. But the thing is that although I say things like those feelings are natural, but our God is supernatural, although I say that God is faithful to wreck our plans before he wrecks us, there are days where you're going to wonder where he is, where you're not going to understand what's happening, when you feel like you are doing everything that is asked and everything that he's commanded, but you do feel hopeless. And there are stories in the Bible for that. Whenever David is in the cave and he cries out, God, how long are you going to forget me? But then he presses in and he says, but no, I trust in your unfailing love. Or even on the cross when Jesus said, my God, why have you forsaken me? But in the end he said it was finished. The truth is that staying focused is not as simple as me waking up in the morning and being like, well, life's great, God's good, bless up, grace and mercy. No, there are days where you come to a fork in the trail and you can either decide to wreck the plan, where you're like, I don't understand, so I'm going to make this happen. That is never the way to go. The safest place to be is under his hand. The safest place to be is under his hand. And when you press in, it says that he will never leave or forsake you, that his love is unfailing. As I was driving home from church tonight, I was listening to Peace, and just the lyrics where it says that even when my thoughts don't line up, your word remains true. Even when my thoughts don't line up, I will stand tall on each promise you made. So when you come to that fork in the trail, when you catch yourself falling in the direction of forcing your own will, realizing that you don't have the strength on your own, that it is going to all fall, it will fall in on you when you try to force things in your own strength, that you have to fall. Where you focus, you fall. And if you focus on all that you're lacking, you're going to fall in that. You're going to fall in your efforts. You're striving for that. But when you focus on him, you fall, and he uplifts you with his righteous right hand and with his strength. So even in those moments, even in the hard moments, the forks in the trail, and life is not a highlight reel, and it's okay to feel forsaken, but he never forsakes you. All you have to do is press in and listen for the whisper. So in conclusion, no, life is not a highlight reel. Not every day you wake up pressed into his love with your cup running over. Some days you feel drained, but you just have to realize that what you do on your own will never fulfill you eternally. It is all so temporary, and that his promises still stand even when our doubts flood them. And I don't have my Bible with me right now, but there are so many countless times where he says, if you run your race, I can say words, without growing weary, then you get a grand entrance into his eternal kingdom. Nothing that we want is worth sacrificing that for. I can promise you that. And if any of you have any prayer requests or things that you've been struggling with that have made you not see his plan, it's so easy to lose sight of. But whenever you stay focused, you can literally walk in the middle of a storm like Peter. You can walk on water. I'm pretty sure it was Peter. Pretty sure. You can walk on water in the middle of a storm if your eyes are just on him. So if anybody has any questions about any actual verses to do with his promises about this, just slide up and I'll be so happy to give those to you. Thanks for listening. And yes, everybody, I'm perfectly fine. I'm just trying to show the truth of the fact that just because you love Jesus, life isn't perfect. Everything's not easy peasy. You don't wake up in the morning invincible. There are hard times. And it's a daily choice that you have to make. You have to press in one way or another. You have to make the choice to fight your battles with him giving you strength instead of trying to fight them in your own strength. That's all. So I was laying here looking for the verses I had referenced in what I said earlier, but I came across Isaiah 54:14, which says that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and that's quoted all of the time. But I saw I forget who, but someone I follow posted a quote that said, he never said that the weapons wouldn't form. He just promised they wouldn't prosper. So on those days when you are facing that fork in the trail I was talking about, just know that just because there's a weapon formed, just because there's something happening, when you press into him, that will not prosper. Fear has no choice but to bow. Chains have no choice but to break at the name of Jesus.